Welcome to another episode of That's Good Broncos, the only Denver Broncos show that got an autographed Peyton Manning football for its birthday from its girlfriend. She's a real fucking keeper. It's like a little baby for me. I will never let this go. Except for this episode. The Denver Broncos beat the Washington Redskins Sunday 45-21, surpassing the Denver Bronco 5-touchdown minimum. I love Shanny, and unless Foxy gets us 2 Super Bowl rings, Shanny will always be my favorite coach of all time ever. But he does give off the vibe of an emotionless man who refuses to feel anything because he did something so horrible in his past that he believes he doesn't deserve to experience joy anymore. Let's relive the game. Play by play by play. I plan on making this last a lot longer than it should. Same way I do intercourse. The game started with this easy 6-yard touchdown pass to Wes Welker. Other than that touchdown, all I really remember from the first half of the game is this sick one-handed grab by Pierre Garçon. I could do it too, Pierre. Why would I show that great Washington Redskins catch? Because it was immediately topped by Demaryius Thomas. Unlike Garçon, who was forced to make that catch because of a shitty RG3 throw, Demaryius Thomas had to make the one-handed catch because D'Angelo Hall is a cheater and had Demaryius Thomas's left hand all tangled up. So he makes just a great catch. Good catch, Demaryius. Good catch. I got really excited when Holiday Road came into the game as a running back. And on his first carry of the season, he almost gets his fucking head ripped off. I would politely like to ask the referees to pull their heads out of their asses. And here's my favorite Redskins play of the game. Is that what football players do on the sideline? That's easy. I'm not going to spit in my beer, that'd be stupid. So the Broncos enter halftime with the game tied up at 7. It should have been 7-3, but when the Redskins were about to kick a field goal, we got called for having 12 men on the field. Besides the stupid mistakes, something was askew from that minute before halftime through the third quarter. And I figured it out. I figured out what was askew. That's right. Mike Shanahan cursed the Denver Broncos for 30 minutes of the game. Now I know you're thinking, oh, that sounds crazy. I will show you how this curse continued to affect the Broncos until it was ultimately broken. The devil starts to work on the opening drive of the second half when Julius Thomas gets hurt. The good news is Thomas's MRI came back negative. Nice try, devil. And the Shanny curse continues when Peyton Manning gets hit and fumbles the ball here. Not only did he fumble, but he gets called for holding when he tackles Brian Arakpo. This is the point I knew that the curse was real. Peyton Manning gets a holding penalty? Like I said, something was askew. Peyton Manning tackles Brian Arakpo? That phrase has never been spoken. After that fumble, Washington scores a touchdown. Broncos come back out. Peyton Manning throws a pick six. And the Broncos are suddenly down 21-7. Something was askew. And it was at that point I figured out the parameters of the curse. Here's where it gets interesting. The deal Shanny made with the devil goes like this. The Redskins would get all the breaks for half of the game as long as the devil got to sleep with Shanny's wife again. And with all curses, there is a formula for it to be broken. And in this case, the only way the Shanny devil curse could be broken was if John Fox went for it on 4th down. Shanahan took that deal because he knew Foxy would never go for it on 4th down. And to be honest, I thought we were screwed. I thought the game was over. But then John Fox goes for it on 4th and 2. Maybe it was the adrenaline. Maybe it was the burrito Foxy ate during halftime. But this 4th and 2 conversion by Noshan Moreno lifted the Shanny curse. We were officially free from the Shanny curse. Problem is, devil still gets to fuck Shanahan's wife. So kids, let this be a lesson. Don't make a deal with the devil, because the other half of the deal always involves sex with somebody you love. And that 4th and 2 conversion set up my favorite touchdown of the game. And that deserves my Big Dick Player Award, which goes to Monty Ball and the entire offensive line. The play is not over till you hear the whistle blow. Manning play actions, and then hits Joel. Remember, I still play for the Broncos. Dreesen for a nice touchdown here. Game's starting to get interesting because it's tied up 21-21. The Broncos get a little bit of help from the Redskins punter, Sav Rocca. That's a shank, Rocca. Shank, Rocca, shank, Rocca, shank. Don't chant that. And on the next play, Noshan Moreno takes this screen pass, 35 yards for another Denver Broncos touchdown. And on the very next possession, Demaryius Thomas does the exact fucking same thing as Noshan Moreno just did. He scored a 35-yard touchdown on a screen play. They must only know what French and sliding glass doors look like in Washington, because it's pretty obvious they've never seen a screen before. Gotta love a good door joke. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie picks off Kirk Cousins and takes it to the house, aka the end zone. And John Elway loved this play. Look at that little grin and nod he gives because he's so happy, which can't be said for Pat Bowen because he didn't look so happy after that play. And that's probably because he had to watch the entire fucking game with Dr. Phil here. So what did the Washington Redskins do well in that game? Not much after the Shanahan curse was lifted, but let's take a look at Washington's highlights anyway. My Big Dick Defensive Player Award goes to Terrence Knighton for tackling Alfred Morris. Just throws him around like a rag doll here. Then he sacks RG3. RG3 running around with the football. Is he gonna throw it? No, man, I'm gonna keep it. Uh-oh, too late. Terrence Knighton just sacked you. The thing that sold me on Terrence Knighton getting the Big Dick Player Award is this hit. Perfectly legal hit he lays on RG3 at the end of the game to take RG3 out. Knighton played like a real man. And let's take a look at one of the Broncos players who was only half man. Derek Wolfe! Half man, half 100% Arctic wolf. Vicious, cold, and white. Is what everybody in the stadium should do whenever Derek Wolfe makes a great play. Now the Broncos caused 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter, which is nuts. Now the only other major storyline from the game was all of the Washington Redskins injuries. At one point, the Denver fans started booing the injuries because they thought the Redskins were trying to slow down the high-powered Denver Bronco offense by faking injuries. Now I did not agree with the fans until Bakary Rambo gets hurt by a Noshan Moreno stiff arm? Let me tell you something. If your last name is Rambo, you can't get hurt by a stiff arm. That's a real pussy move. Does this look like the type of guy who gets hurt by a stiff arm? No. And on a complete side note, has anybody ever noticed that Jack Del Rio's hair is always perfect? It never changes. Just like the Shanahan tan. Thanks again for watching another episode of That's Good Broncos. Let's enjoy the bye week. It really is the bye week this time. And I hope Kansas City stays undefeated till we play them, so we can crush them. I want to be the team that gives Kansas City the reality check. And guess what, Kansas City? You can't cash reality checks. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take this video, post it on your Facebook. It'd be nice if you made some signs, put them in the streets of Denver. Say, hey, watch That's Good Broncos. It's pretty good. Denver Broncos are going to write it. You're going to take it to the bank, and they're going to tell you it's been overdrawn, which means you lost the game. You got French doors, you got sliding glass doors, you got wooden doors.